The Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona is one of the highlights of the motorsport season, as an all-star cast of drivers and teams take on the IMSA Sports Car Championship season opener. In this video, I'll go over everything you need to know ahead of North America's biggest endurance race. First of all, the basics. The 24 Hours of Daytona involves 24 hours of non-stop racing at the world-famous Daytona International Speedway in Florida. 59 cars take part, with each of these cars containing 3 or 4 drivers who rotate during pit stops, and the car which covers the furthest distance wins. Despite lasting so long, the race is usually won by a matter of seconds, or in the case of the LMP2 class last year, even less. The race features 4 different classes of car on track at the same time, 2 for purpose-built prototypes and 2 for road-based Grand Tourers. The aim for each team is a class win, although the overall win is by far the most prestigious. GTP, or Grand Touring Prototype, is the top class, and features the fastest endurance racers in the world. This year, a 10-car grid made up of Acura, BMW, Cadillac and Porsche has assembled. Each car produces up to 700 horsepower from a mix of internal combustion engine and a hybrid system, with them weighing around 1,030 kilograms. This class is for big budget professional teams and professional drivers, and without a major shock the overall winner will be a GTP car. GTP cars can be recognised by black backgrounds to their numbers. LMP2, or Le Mans Prototype 2, is the secondary prototype class for private teams and Pro-Am lineups. Each car must contain at least one amateur driver. LMP2 cars are powered by a spec V8 engine from Gibson, fitted into a chassis from one of 4 suppliers. 2 of these suppliers are present in this year's 13-car grid, Ligier and Orica, with LMP2s recognised by blue backgrounds to their numbers. GTD Pro, short for Grand Touring Daytona Professional, is the top GT class and features 13 cars from 10 different manufacturers. The class is run to the FIA GT3 rulebook, with professional teams and drivers racing in 500 horsepower sports cars that look just like those you can buy from your finest local dealership. GTD Pro is recognised by red backgrounds to its numbers. And finally, GTD, Grand Touring Daytona, is very similar to GTD Pro, with the 2 classes having identical cars. The key difference is that GTD, like LMP2, restricts the level of drivers behind the wheel. GTD is the biggest class at 23 cars and can be recognised by green backgrounds to their numbers. The Daytona International Speedway road course is a 3.56 mile, 12-turn circuit split into 2 distinct halves. The opening half of the lap takes place on the technical infield, with no less than 4 hairpins, before the high-speed blast around the banking sees cars reach speeds nearing 200 miles an hour. Alex Palou holds the race lap record, set in 2022, with the outright lap record set by Pipo Derani last weekend during qualifying for this year's race. Now let's zoom in a little on the 10 GTP cars fighting for overall victory. Pole position went to 3-time race winners and defending IMSA champions, Whelen Engineering Cadillac Racing. Chip Ganassi Racing will start from 2nd on the grid under the Cadillac Racing banner. Ganassi the most successful team in the race's history, with 6 overall wins. Porsche Penske Motorsports have a 2-car entry, numbers 6 and 7, as the captain looks to take his first ever win at the Daytona 24. BMW M Team RLL are also fielding 2 cars, the numbers 24 and 25. Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti are arguably the team to beat, with 4 wins in the last 7 years and 9 podiums since 2013. For 2024, they've expanded to be a 2-car team, running the number 10 and 40 Acuras. And lastly, JDC Miller Motorsports and Proton Competition are the underdogs, with them both fielding an individual customer Porsche 963. Of note, defending winners Meyershank Racing are not returning for 2024, and only 2 of their drivers are back. Tom Blomqvist is driving for Whelen Engineering Cadillac Racing, and Colin Brown for the CrowdStrike Racing by APR LMP2 team. You might have heard that Lamborghini were joining the GTP class this year, but their new car is not ready in time for Daytona. From GTP through to GTD, the race has an all-star cast of drivers. Notable names include 2009 Formula One World Champion Jenson Button, defending IndyCar champion Alex Palou, and last year's Indy 500 winner Joseph Newgarden, as well as 2 of last year's 3 Le Mans winners, James Calado and Alessandro Pierguidi. There's really too many stars to list, so I've left a few on the screen. And of note, we also have a record number of women in the race. Sports car racing features a lot of confusing terminology, so hopefully some of these will come in handy. Balance of performance is a system of weight, power and fuel tank adjustments used to equalise cars within the same class. Drive time refers to the minimum and maximum amount of time a driver can spend in a car during the race. Driver categorization is how drivers are classed as professional or amateur. The FIA splits drivers into 4 different categories: platinum, gold, silver and bronze, based off their speed, age and experience. LMDH is the name of the type of cars competing in the GTP class this year. And the Michelin Endurance Cup is a competition within the IMSA Sports Car Championship, with points awarded throughout the 5 longest races. At Daytona, points are handed out at the 6, 12, 18 and 24-hour marks. The 2024 24 Hours of Daytona takes place on the 27th and 28th of January 2024, with the green flag at 1340 local. That's 1840 UTC on Saturday. In the United States, Peacock will have coverage, with select portions on USA Network and the start and finish on NBC. For the rest of the world, IMSA TV, accessed via the IMSA website, will have the entire race free and ad-free. Commentary for this feed is taken from IMSA Radio, which is available worldwide on Radio Le Mans RS2 channel. And I think this is where I'm meant to plug. I'll be doing hourly recaps, answering questions and much more over on my Twitter account. Link in the description. I always struggle to know exactly what to include in these previews, so I now open the floor to you. If you have any questions, please stick them in the comments. And any existing fans, if you think I've missed something important, comment them.